This is the 411, your host, Matt Mika.
Four teams left are chasing that World Series title, and all four teams were not supposed to be here. Matt Mika here on the 411 to break it down. On the American League side, you have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Kansas City Royals, and the National League side, you have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the San Francisco Giants. Before we get to the National League side, let's start off with the Baltimore Orioles and against the Kansas City Royals. It's a very intriguing matchup. Baltimore, they came off a series sweep against the Detroit Tigers, beating that very impressive starting rotation. David Price, Max Scherzer, and Justin Verlander. They're coming in hot, but obviously Kansas City's coming in hot too. Not even supposed to winning in that wild card game against the A's. They win that game, go to the ALDS, defeat the best team in all of baseball, the Angels, and now they're here. And they're firing on all cylinders. Very hard to go up against them. And the other intriguing part of this is both these teams have been playoff drought for a very long time. 1985 for the Royals, that was their last time they won a World Series title, their only World Series title. The Baltimore Orioles, they've won 3 titles, and their last title came in 1983, 17-year drought of when they last won the AL East crown. Then they raced that this year. So all these stories, all these just unbelievable scenarios, and they all come down to 7 games. On paper, Baltimore Orioles, you have to give them the edge, scoring 4.4 runs per game compared to Kansas City's 4 runs per game, and the ERA slightly better to Baltimore, but I can't go against Kansas City. They're firing on all cylinders, like I mentioned. They have a lot of swagger, they have a lot of athleticism, and it's going to be tough to beat when they play at Kansas City. That place is going to be rocking every single inning, every single game, and I can't go against Kansas City. They're putting a lot of pressure on these teams, and they have no care in the world. They have that attitude, why not us? Why not? We have the entire world doubting us. Why not go out and win the whole entire thing? So I'm going to have to give the edge to Kansas City. It's going to be a tough series. I think it's going to go to 7 games. I think Kansas City is going to pull it out. The Giants and the Cardinals square off in the NLCS, and both teams are sitting in a position where they're very comfortable in. The Giants, their last World Series title came in 2012. The Cardinals, 2011, but they made it to the World Series last year, eventually losing to the Boston Red Sox. Both teams have a lot of experience, a lot of depth, and that paid off dividends in both division series against the Nationals with a lot of young talent and the Dodgers with the big-time pitchers such as Clayton Kershaw. Both teams, again, they weren't even supposed to be here. Now they're squaring off, and it's going to be a very intriguing matchup to watch. Madison Bumgarner, he can learn a lot from Clayton Kershaw as both pitchers are lefties, and you would think Madison Bumgarner would take the nod in Game 1 for the Giants against Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals, and he can learn a lot from Kershaw. He can learn how to pitch against the Cardinals. Clayton Kershaw, he dominated the Cardinals till the 6th inning, and then the wheels came off in the 7th, and you'd think he only made 2 bad pitches. So Madison Bumgarner, he can learn from that. It's going to be a very intriguing matchup to watch in Game 1. Both teams on paper, very similar. Same ERA, 3.50. The Giants came out ahead in the regular season, 4 games to 3. My prediction, though, I think the Cardinals will take this series and go back to the World Series in 7 games, 4 games to 3.